All right. So I'm giving you the notes, so we shall not take a lot of notes here. When we talk about management accounting, my good students, we are supposed always to know that this is that discipline. Yeah, it is a science that is used to provide what here? Used to provide information. It is used to provide information that managers use to make what here? To make decisions. It is used to provide information that managers use to make what we call informed decisions. You can start writing, guys, in the Yeah. So management accounting is a science. It is a science. It is a science which is used to provide information that managers use to make decisions. That managers use to make decisions. All right. So it is a science, yes, that managers will be getting information out of it, which then they will be able to use as their grounding for making what here? Decisions like that. That is management accounting. Now, we have the introduction part of the AMA, which I would want everybody to watch the video in the learning management system. You need to also show them how to get that video, the entire videos. And then now we have, ladies and gentlemen, topic number 2, where we shall always begin from, called cost estimate and the interpretations here. Cost estimation and interpretation. Yeah, interpretation, very, very important. Cost estimation and what we are calling interpretation. That is spelling is not very good, but interpretation. Interpretation like that. Now, this has now computations, and I normally start from here. Not to say that the first topic is not important. It's very, very important. There is a 1-hour video in the LMS, which will be able to give you the understanding which you need for chapter number 1. So when we talk of cost estimation, ladies and gentlemen, we are supposed to do 3 key things. Number 1, we are supposed to learn regression analysis. Number 2, what we call high-low method. High-low method. And then number 3, we have the famous learning curves. That is what your syllabus tells you. That is what your syllabus tells you. Under this, ladies and gentlemen, cost estimation techniques, we have 3 key methods. Actually, there are 2 given by your examiner. Your examiner speaks about what here? Regression analysis and learning curves. Regression analysis and learning curves. But you see, again, if you look at your past papers, you'll be able to see what we call the high-low method. High-low method. Thank you very much. You'll be able to see the high-low method. Great. So now we are looking at very well. We are looking at very well. We are looking at very well. Topic number 2. So under topic number 2, what are we required here to study under topic number 2? What we are required to study under topic number 2, ladies and gentlemen, which I'm sharing my screen here. Topic number 2. So topic number 2 is this one here, cost estimation, and what here? Interpretation. Cost estimation and interpretation like that. Cost estimation and interpretation. So I hope you are able to see my screen very well. I hope you can see my screen very well. So under cost estimation and interpretation, the very first method they want us to show you there is known as the ordinary least squares method. Ordinary least squares method. Ordinary least squares method. Ordinary least squares method. Yeah. And ordinary least squares method is also known as what? Regression analysis. So cost estimation methods, we are starting right away with regression analysis. So regression analysis. So we have here regression analysis. That is what we begin with. So regression analysis is also known as the ordinary least squares method. Ordinary least squares method. I hope you're writing something there regarding the first method and a cost estimation, highly examinable. We cannot do an exam of AMA if there is no question from this area. That will not be a pure AMA paper. So regression analysis is also known as what here? The OLS, ordinary least squares method. So we shall start with, first of all, what we call the simple regression analysis. Simple regression analysis. The simple regression analysis. Simple regression analysis. But I would want to get, in this case, here, feedback from my students, whether they are able to see my board, whether they are able to hear Mwalimu. Feedback from my students. Are they able to see the board? Are they able to hear Mwalimu? Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now, ladies and gentlemen, simple regression method. So simple regression method, what do we have here under simple regression method? It is a statistical. This is a statistical method that is used to develop equations of the form y equals a plus bx. Is a statistical method that is used to develop equations of the form y equals a plus bx. If you remember very well from high school, this is what we call straight line functions. What we call the straight line functions, or linear functions. And if you remember very well, this A is what we call the intercept. A is the intercept. It is what we shall be referring to as the constant. It is what we shall be referring to as what here, somebody? The constant A. So in terms of cost, I shall be seeing later on, it will be the fixed cost. In terms of cost, because we are doing cost estimation. So you're saying that A is the intercept, the constant, or in terms of cost, it will be known as what here, somebody? Fixed cost like that. And then we have B. B in this case here is the gradient. In mathematics, we call it the gradient. This B. But you see, ladies and gentlemen, the whole term here, as X is increasing, the variable cost will be, so this automatically in terms of cost will be called variable this will be called variable cost like that. This will be called variable cost. Variable cost. Thank you so much. Variable cost. Thank you, and thank you so much. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please listen and listen to me very well. This simple regression analysis gives us the methodology for getting A and B. So under regression analysis, to be able to get a B, we normally take n summations of xy minus sum of x, sum of y. Yeah, so we have here summation of x, summation of y, yeah, all over n, summations of x squared. minus into bracket summation of x done what there squared. So anytime they want us to give them b, this gradient, and we start normally by giving them the gradient, we shall take n summations of xy minus summation of x, summation of y, all over n summations of x squared minus into bracket here summation of x what here squared, like that. And then having gotten b, the gradient, we must also endeavor to get, in this case here, a. We must endeavor to get a. And to be able to get a, we normally take summation of y minus b, summation of x, all over who? All over n, like that. So summation of y minus b, summation of x, all over n. Now, my very good students, we shall start with a very simple example here. And this example, we are given this. This example, we are given this. So we have variable x and we have variable y, like that. So this variable x, we are given here 5, 8, 13. Y we are given in this case here, y, what are we given here for y, my friends? So for y, we have here 14. Yeah, 14, 18, and then we happen to be having what here? We happen to be having 21, like that. 21, like that. So we have 3 pairs of points for the 2 variables x and y, and then we are required to determine regression coefficients. 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 So when they tell us to determine regression coefficients, they want us to give them the value of a and the value of what here? Boy. Value of a and the value of boy. And we shall start with the value of boy. And to get this value of boy, ladies and gentlemen, we shall create 2 columns to take care of x, y, and to take care of what here, somebody? X squared. So we create 2 columns there. These columns here are x, y, all right? The 2 columns. And then we have x what here? X squared. You must create 2 additional columns. The column of xy and the column of x what here? Squared. So xy means that we are multiplying. So we start with the first one, xy, 5 times 14. Please give me an answer. 5 times 14, xy, we are multiplying. XY, we are multiplying. So 5 times 14, I can see the online ninjas. 5, sorry. All right. All right. I don't know what happened yesterday. We shall overcome. All right. So xy, what do we have? 5 times 14? 70, yeah? 70. And then we have 8 times 18. I can assure you I have not changed my teaching approach. Please pick your calculator. Pick your calculator and give me answers. If you give me answers, Jet Li, you'll be okay. I teach this way all over. I've taught at most of these universities all over here. So long as you have a calculator and you are answering my questions, you will not be able to complain about speed and other things. You will not be able to complain about speed and other things. You give me figures, you'll be surprised. Now we may even end up this session without you, Jet Li, giving me any figure. And you expect me to do a miracle. No. There is a subject to be covered called Advanced Management Accounting. We have a whole big subject here to cover. All right. So please give me figures and you'll be okay. All right. So we have here 100 and what here? 44. Then we have 13 times 21. 13 times 21. 278. 273. 273. And then, ladies and gentlemen, we go to the column of x squared. So column of x squared. So 5 squared gives me what here? 5 squared gives me 25. Then we have 8 squared. 8 squared gives me 64. Then lastly, we have 13 squared, which will give me 169. Now, ladies and gentlemen, in this case here, what do we do? So now we need to come and give our examiner the summations here. We need to come and give our examiner the summations here. So summations, what do we have here for our summations here? And by the way, we're not even having a recap here. These are different classes that I normally teach daytime students, which I always welcome the evening students to attend. All right. So come here and give me summation of X. So summation of X, you're adding up, isn't it? 5 plus 8 plus 13. Please give me a figure. 26. They're giving me 26. How about summation of Y? Go to the second column and add. Please give me figures. 14 plus 18 plus 21, which gives me 50 what here? Gives me 53. Then we have summation of XY. Summation of XY. Stanley is giving me 200 what here? Is it 258? Nope. 487, 487. That is summation of XY. And then we have summation of X squared. Summation of X squared, the last one, the last column. So last column, summation of X squared, what do we have? 288, isn't it? 288 like that. Thank you. 258, 258. Sorry for that. 258. So here we have 258. Sorry for that. 258. 258. Yeah. Thank you so much. So this is 258. Now, ladies and gentlemen, once you've been able to get those sigmas, remember regression is a sigmas model. Once you've been able to get this sigma, go ahead and give me the value of B. But before you do that, could you kindly give me the value of N? You see, N stands for number of points. Number of points. How many points do we have here? 1, 2, 3 points, isn't it? Because a point on a Cartesian plane, any point is given by X and Y coordinate. So N is what here, somebody? N is 3, like that. N is 3, like that. Now, ladies and gentlemen, having gotten that, we'll be able to repeat the formula. The formula of B. How do we get B? We know that B is N summations of XY minus summation of X, summation of Y, all over N summations of what here, somebody? X squared minus into bracket, summation of X, then done what here? Squared like that. So then now we are plugging in the numbers. Fortunately, we have all the numbers. We start with N. N is what here, somebody? 3 times summation of XY. This one here. Summation of XY. Summation of XY, already we have it. It is 400 what here? 487. That is the summation of XY. Minus summations of X. Summations of X, what do we have? Already we have it. It is 20 what here, somebody? 26 times summation of Y. Summation of Y, I can see it here live, 53. All over, ladies and gentlemen, N again, which is 3 times summation of X squared, which is 200 what here, somebody? 58, minus open bracket for summation of X squared. Summation of X here is 20 what here? 26, and then you do what here, somebody? You square. So now you move slowly and they give me the numerator. First of all, you give me the numerator number. You take 3 times 487 minus 26 times 53. Give me an answer. Give me an answer. Give me an answer. So from Stanley Tina, from my physical students, I haven't had yet your figure numerator. 83. Numerator is 83. Thank you so much, Pauline. From there, we go straight away to the second number, which is the denominator now. So the denominator is 3 times 258 minus 26 squared, which then will end up giving us what figure? According to Martin, 98. Is that okay? So then you can easily go ahead and give us the quotient. Go ahead and give us the quotient. Go ahead and give us the quotient you divide. Go ahead, give us the quotient you divide. 83 divided by 98, 2 decimal places. What do we have here? The more the decimal places, the better. 0.8? Yeah, 2 is okay. 2 is okay. 0.85? 0.85. So you're using this one now here, which you have written 0.85. Now, ladies and gentlemen, having gotten the value of B, what will be the formula for getting A? Are you able to remember the formula of getting A without looking at your notes? You're sure? A will be equal to who? Somebody online. The physical guys are saying, Mwalimu, that one we know. Online, how do we get, in this case here, the value of A, the formula? We must keep on reminding ourselves this formula severally, because this will come in your exam. This will come in your exam. This will come in your exam. Thank you so much, Didi. So A is summation of Y minus B, summation of X, everything to be divided by who? N. Everything to be divided by N. This is how we get our A formula. This is how we get our A formula. So now that we have everything, my friends, it's all about plugging in. So A, in this case here, will be equal to summations of Y. Summations of Y, that one I already know the figure. Summation of Y, that one I already know the figure. Summation of Y is 50 what? Are you able to remember summation of Y is 53? Yeah. Minus boy. The boy that we got here, the B, which is, in this case here, 0.85. Times summations of X. Summation of X, we already know it is 20 what here? 26. Divided by N. Number of points are 3. So please go ahead and give me the numerator first. For body mass to work, first of all, give me the numerator. You say 53, 30.9. So this is 30.9 divided by 3. So then now I'm able to get to the quotient very comfortably, which gives me 10.3. I hope everybody, including my online students, are able to see these numbers. Including my online students, I hope everybody can now see this. Yeah, I hope everybody can see this. And I hope everybody is really following. Don't wait for the class to end and then you tell me, Mwalimu, your speed is very high. No. You are my children here, academic children, of course. If I'm moving fast, you will tell me, Mwalimu, I haven't understood that at the point of learning, not at the point of the class being over. So I hope we are together up to here. So after you finish this, you don't stop there. Go ahead and write down the equation. You tell us, in this case here, the equation. So the equation, what do we have there? Y equals A plus who? Bx. This is our general equation form. So once you get that, ladies and gentlemen, then our Y will be equal to A. Already we have our A. Our A is 10.2. 10.3. Plus B, you are given me B of 0.85. You are given me B of 0.85. What there? X. That is the equation. Of which the examiner will go ahead and tell you, hey, between the two numbers, which one is the fixed cost? Which one is the what here? Which one is the gradient? Which one is the variable cost? So you tell the examiner, fixed cost, fixed cost, fixed cost. So this is our A, isn't it? Which is 10 point. Variable cost, variable cost. So variable cost is our B, which will be 0. What here, somebody? 85. And then you happen to be having all the marks like that. So being there no question, I suppose there is no question. Thank you so much. If there is no question, then I should be able to go to the second example. So the second example is in your notes. The second example is in your notes here. It is in your notes somewhere. The November 2017 question number 2B. November 2017 question number 2B. How did this save? Ooh, this saved wrongly. I can see a figure which is misplaced there. I can see a figure misplaced here. This, that's page number 7. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah. So this question here is the one that I would want us to do. This question here, it is November 2017, question number 2B. If you go to online, search for CASNEB past papers. You'll be able to get the CASNEB past papers, all of them, as PDF documents, download. I'll also be able to share them with you, but even now, if you go to your past papers, you'll be able to get those past papers there, but I'll be able to share them with you. So we are told here, Actros Limited, subsidiary of Master Pack Limited, a packaging company, is preparing a budget for the year ending when? For the year ending 30th June 2018. In respect of fuel consumption, the company desires to estimate an equation of the form y equals to who? Of the form y equals a plus bx, a simple regression equation, where y is the total expense at an activity level x, and a is the fixed cost, and the b is what here? The variable cost. The information provided here for the year is given like this. So we have a year and a month. We have machine hours, fuel expense. So this one here was supposed to be one table. One table. Yeah. And then if you look at below here, ladies and gentlemen, they want me to give them, estimate the fixed and the variable elements of the fuel expense from the above data using what they are calling what here? High-low method, and then using what we call the least squares regression analysis. The first thing that so many students confused here, you see, this examiner has not given you, this examiner in these variables, he has not told you which one is the y variable and which one is the x variable. He hasn't told you that. But now remember that our topic is called the cost what here estimate? Cost estimation. Cost estimation. Would want to estimate costs. Anytime we want to estimate costs, they want to be estimated, must always go to the y-axis. They want to be estimated, shall always go to the y-axis. So between machine hours and fuel expense, they want us to estimate fuel. So this is the cost here. This is the cost here. So automatically, this will be our what here, somebody? Our y. And then this one here will be our what here, somebody? Our x, like that. That is one of the ways of knowing. Very, very important. But again, remember, as a seasoned person like yourselves, you know there is what we call a dependent variable. There is what we call a dependent what here? A dependent variable. For instance, if you are given here maize, you are given here maize versus rainfall. You are given two variables, maize versus rainfall. Which one is dependent? Which one will go to, which one depends on the other? Rainfall depends on maize. Maize depends on rainfall, yeah. You're right. So the dependent variable will always go to the y. Dependent variable will always go to the y. So in that respect, then maize will be our y, and rainfall will be our what here, somebody? Our x. The one that depends on the other. The one that depends on the other is the dependent variable, and dependent variable goes to the y. How about this one? Yeah, same example I gave yesterday. Advertisement. Yeah, you're doing advertisements versus sales of a company versus sales of a company. Which one in this case here depends on the other? Sales, yes. Sales will depend on advertisement. So the dependent variable will always go to the y. The dependent variable will always go to the y. So sales will go to the y here, and then the other one automatically will go to the x. Very, very important. Now, ladies and gentlemen, because of the disconnection between these tables here, allow me to come here, my good students. Please allow me to come here on top of this. Please allow me on top of this. Please allow me to call this one here x, because we know them, isn't it? And this one here y. Yeah. And if you allow me to do that, I would want us first of all to start with regression. Let's solve regression. And if it is regression, then we must add some two columns here. We must add a column of what here? XY, and a column of what here, somebody? X squared. We must add those columns. We must add those columns. Very, very important columns. Very important columns. We must add them. Yeah. Remember, it is one table. It's supposed to be one table, eh? Just one very table. One very table. One very table. Just one table. Yeah. So then we start here from the very beginning. We have here XY. So we have XY. So we have XY. So we have XY. So I'm really depending on you for numbers. We start with regression. And if it's regression, we are doing those two additional columns. So XY. So XY means that you're multiplying 34 times 640. We shall be able to get all the numbers, ladies and gentlemen. 34 times 640. What do we have there? 34 times 640. All the numbers, if you can have them, I copy them, the better for me. I'm being given some numbers here. Yes. If you also do that, JJ, get the numbers using the calculator. Yeah, that is proper. And that is actually what we shall be doing. Only that I know that at this juncture, because I'm introducing this, some of you would want us, first of all, to do it the longer way. And then we show them how to do what here, how to fit this in the calculator to get the totals. To get the totals. We should not go for this shortcut, JJ, for now. Yeah. So then please give me these figures. 34 times 640. What figure do we have there? 34 times 640. 34. 31. 2176, eh? 2176, 0. Quite a huge number. A huge number. The second one is 30 times 620. 18,600. Thank you so much. Then we have 34 times 620. We are simply getting XY. 21,080. So we have here 21,080. Then we have 39 times 590. 20,010. 23, eh? No worries. So 23,010. So this one here is 23. This one here is 23. 23,010. Thank you very much. Then we have the next one, which will be 42 times 500. We are patient. 42 times 500 for XY. 21,000. 21,000. Thank you so much, the online ninjas. I can see you're giving me figures as well. 32 times 500 and 30. 16. 960. Then we have 26 times 500, which will end up giving us what figure? 26 times 500, which will end up giving us what figure? 13,000. Thank you so much. Thank you for your patience. Then we go to 26. Again, this is the same figure. This is 13,000, isn't it? Thank you so much. Then now we are here 31 times 530. 16? 330. 16? 430. Thank you so much. 430. 430. This is supposed to be 430 like that. Then we go to the next one, ladies and gentlemen. The next one is 35 times 550, which will end up giving us what figure? 19,250. Thank you very much. Then we have 43 times 580. 43 times 580, which will give us what figure? 21, 24, 940. Then we have the last one, which is 48 times 680. 48 times 680. 32, 640. Thank you so much. Then again, with the same zeal, I would want us to come and fill the column of x squared. Come and here and fill the column of x squared, this column here. So take x figure, you multiply by 12, or 34 squared in the calculator. 34 squared, that will give us what figure? 1156. Thank you very much. 30 squared is 900, right? 34 squared is 1156. All right. Then we have 39 here squared. 28. 1521. Thank you so much. Then we have 42 squared. 1764. Thank you very much. Then we have here 20. Is it 26 or 32? 32 now. 32 squared. 1024. Wow, great. Then we have 26 squared. 676, like that. Ladies and gentlemen, we move on to the next one. The next one, we have 26 squared, which already I have it, isn't it? 676. Then we have 31 squared. 961. So we have here 961. Then we have a 35 squared. 1225. 1225. Then we have 43 squared. 1849. Then lastly, 48 squared. 23. Thank you so much. So can you kindly do me a favor? Please go and add up all your 4 columns. Add up all the 4 columns. Give me summation of x, summation of y, summation of xy, and summation of x squared. Add up all your 4 columns. Add up all your 4 columns. We start with summation of x. So summation of x is 34 plus 30 plus 34 all through. Come here and give me summation of x. Abracadabra. So now you are adding the entire column to give me summation of x. The column of x. Remember, this is the column of x here. Summation of x. I'm getting from my online students, they're telling me it is 420. From the online students, you're getting 420. Is that okay? How about summation of y? Go to this second column and add up all the y values. Summation of y. It's quite laborious, that one I know. Summation of y. I'm being given a figure here of 6840. 6840. And then we have summation of xy. Summation of xy. So summation of xy, what do we have here for summation of xy? This third column. The third column is the xy column. So summation of xy. That one I'll have to give you some time. Just go slowly through it. Give me summations of xy. Go slowly through it. Give me summations of xy. Slowly, 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 slowly. Give me summations of x, y. Pole pole. Usikosea hata moja. And that is why later on, I will be showing you how to get these metrics using a calculator. But now, unfortunately, you'll get so many of us, we don't have the same calculator, but we shall overcome. Same type of calculator, but we shall overcome. We shall overcome. So I have a ninja here telling me, Mwalimu, summation of xy. No ninja has given me a suggestion. No ninja has given me a suggestion. No ninja has given me a suggestion because those numbers are too huge. The numbers are too huge. The numbers are too huge. The numbers are too huge. We have Tina and Pauline, 241. 241. 670. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And then now we have the last one, which is the last column now. Summations of x squared. 5212. Aha. Oi, this thing is misbehaving. Why? Now it should be okay now. It should be okay. So what do we for summation of x squared? 15 to 12. Yeah, 15 to 12. 15 to 12. And I'll always give you an opportunity to ask questions. So you can unmute Emily, Emily. Emily, please unmute yourself. Emily, I hope you are able to see where to unmute yourself because your hand is up. So perhaps, Emily, you raised it by mistake. And if you don't mind, if maybe you have a problem with the microphone, you can still type. I'll be able to see, eh? Yeah, I always like students actually who unmute and talk in my class. When you talk in my class, you'll get so many presents, eh? Yeah. So then we have these parameters. So remember now we are doing part 2 of this question. We are doing part 2 of this question. So this part 2 of this question, they want me to give them the least squares regression. So they want me first of all to give them the value of B, and then I give them the value of A. Are you able to do that on my behalf? So the regression parameters, already you have the formula. Already you have the formula, the value of B and the value of A. Already you have the formula. Already you have the formula. You already have the formula. And you have the numbers. You already have the formula here, and you have the numbers. You have the formula, and you have the numbers. You have the formula, and you have the numbers. All right. You have the formula, and you already have the numbers. So the formula, remember our formula is B equals n summations of xy minus summation of x, summation of y. All over n summations of x squared minus open brackets, summation of x done what here? Squared like that. In this particular question, have you been able to count your x values? X values. X values, the points here. So this will be the number of months, isn't it? The number of months. How many are they? All of them from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So n is 12. N is 12. So remember here that n is 12. Remember here that n is 12. Summation of xy, already we have this. Summation of xy is 241,670. Already you have that. 241,670. Then we have summation of x, summation of y. These ones we have them already. So summation of x, we have 420. 420. Summation of y, we have 6840. So this is 6840, like that. And then, ladies and gentlemen, we have a summation of x squared, 15 to 12. Is 15, 212, like that. So your work now is to substitute. Come and give us the value of B. Come and give us the value of B. Give us the value of B. Give us the value of B. So n here is 12 times summations over this one here, xy, 241,670, 241,670 minus summation of x. Summation of x alone is 420. Yeah. And then, ladies and gentlemen, we have here times summation of y. So summation of y is 68. 40 is 6840. All right. All over, ladies and gentlemen, n again, n which is 12 times summation of x squared. So summation of x squared, I have this figure somewhere. It's 15,212 minus, ladies and gentlemen, into bracket, summation of x squared. So this summation of x here, yeah, in brackets. So we have 420, but this time round squared. So please go ahead and give me the numerator. Go ahead and give me the numerator. 27, 240. So according to a great brother here, he's getting the numerator to be 27,240. Thank you so much, Tina. Thank you so much, Nzomo. You're giving me figures there. All right. All over the denominator, here chini, unasema 12 times 15,212 minus 420 squared, which gives us 6144. Thank you so much. Then go ahead and give me the quotient now. 4.43. So we have here 4.43. Let me see what my online ninjas are getting. They're getting 4.43, but Tina has 4.46. Is it a typo, Tina? Is it a typing error? Is it a typing error? Somebody can try looking for it again. 4.43. I've gotten that thing. Oh, you got 4.46. Where could have Tina gone wrong? Maybe one of our values is quite different. Tina, please look at your formula. Compare your formula with the answers we have here, especially for B, not answers, but the figures we have plugged in. The figures were plugged in. We shall give you time. We shall give you time. One of the figures could be wrong, or you entered one of the figures wrongly in the calculator. We shall give you time. We shall not rush until Tina, you tell us you are okay. Please check. Please check. And Tina is doing the right thing. That is what everybody else should be doing. Don't copy our figures, no. Thanks, JJ. All of us, we are fighting with this calculator. We are at war. We want to fight this CASNEB here. So are you able to see my board today much better? 27,420, 27,420, 27,420, 27. You see, it is 27,240. Ama mimi nilipata vibaya. Is it 27,240 or 27,420? So Tina, check. Tina, check. You've been able to interchange 2 and 4. Check. You've interchanged. Check your numerator figure, Tina. Check your numerator figure, Tina. Check your numerator figure. Aha. And I would want to get response whether today you are able to see my screen much better. Are you able to see my screen much better? Are you able to see my screen much better? Great, Tina has gotten, so I'm waiting for my feedback. All right. So I can see so many students telling me, Mwalimu, go back to the chalkboard. Go back to the chalkboard. Of course, I know that is like a gold standard. At that time, I know, yeah, people tell me, Mwalimu, that's a gold standard. But you see now, ladies and gentlemen, things are changing. Things are changing, and we must change with the times. So like when I use this system, it means that I will be able to teach as I sit down at times. I can play a video for you. I can do so many things. I can convert these writings you're seeing, bad writings here. I can convert them into a Word document and send to you. So this is really advantageous. And the most advantageous thing is the fact that I can sit down as I teach. If you realize, now I'm giving you, like in the morning, I tried teaching, although the system failed me. I tried giving you shortcuts of advanced audit and assurance because I run an audit firm, right? So yesterday I taught you guys advanced financial reporting, the exam techniques like that. Given the kind of work that we have for us, on ourselves here for this semester, we have to adopt this technology for us to be able to move what here forward in a way that we shall be able to pass all our papers. So don't resist technology. So long as you're able to see the board very well, you don't have to see the face of the teacher. Why would you want to see face of a teacher who is 47 years old? Is there anything to see really? We shall overcome, right? We shall overcome. We shall overcome. So then, having gotten our figure for B, we should be able to get now the figure for what here, somebody? For A. The figure for A. So A will be equal to what? Do you still remember the formula? Summation of what here? Summation of Y minus B summations of all over N. So can you kindly try to plug in, substitute yourselves now that you've got everything? So summation of Y, already we have it, right? It is 6840 minus B. B 4.43 times summations of X. Summations of X is 420, isn't it? Divided by N, which is 12. So go ahead and give me the numerator. Numerator 6840 minus 4.43 times 420. Yeah. Give me the numerator. I don't want to give me everything. 49. 79.4 divided by 12. 414, right? 0.95. So the online ninjas, are they able to get this number? The online ninjas, are they able to get this number? Yes. 414.95. Thank you very much. Then you go ahead and write the equation for us. Go ahead and write the equation. So go ahead and write the equation. So the equation is Y equals A plus who? BX. So remember now we have everything. So Y will be equal to A. A already have given me 414. 414.95 plus B. What is our B figure? 4.43 X. Then they are told you to break down your cost into variable and a fixed cost. So you come and tell the examiner fixed cost is 414.95. How about variable cost? So variable cost will be our B, isn't it? 4.4 what here? 4.43, like that. That is now using regression analysis. So I don't know whether we are together up to here. We are together, physical students? Great. How about the online students? Are we together? Is the speed okay? Is the speed okay? Is the speed okay? I wait, okay, fine. Fine. If you have a problem, Pauline, always ask, always ask. If you have a problem, please ask. I'll be waiting to hear from you. Do you want me to take the board up? Do you want me to answer some question? And once you are okay, maybe you're finished writing, you should be able to tell us, hey, we are through. Remember, fixed cost will be the A. Fixed cost will be the A. Variable cost will be the B. Variable cost will be the B. Very okay, great. Now I'm waiting. Is there any difference between? Yes, 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 quite huge. You'll be able to see. The one that you did in MA was very basic. Great question. That was really basic. That was very, very basic. Very basic. So Pauline, I'm waiting for you. Did I leave you behind somewhere, Pauline? I know Pauline is a very aggressive student. I've had Pauline, I think, for the last 1 year online. Very aggressive student. Pauline, I can't hear from you totally. Working plus class. Okay. But I hope now you're okay. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. Now, ladies and gentlemen, with your permission, I would want us straight away now to go to the other method, which they are calling what here? High-low method. So go straight away to this one here that they are calling the famous high-low method. The famous high-low method. The famous high-low method. High-low method. So under high-low method, I would want you to put down a note. Under high-low method, I would want us to put down a note there that high-low method, high-low method, high-low method, high-low method. So tell us there that this method is used again to derive equations of the form, full column, y equals a plus bx. Equations of the form, y equals a plus who? Bx. Just like the other regression equation. But now what is the difference between regression and this one here? Remember regression, we take into consideration all the points. For high-low method, we consider 2 points only. So tell us there that high-low method considers 2 points only. Considers 2 points only. So number one, we have what we call highest X value point. So number one, we have what we call highest X value point. That's number one. And then number two, we have the lowest X value point. Lowest X value point. So we have the highest X value point. And then number two, we have the lowest X value. You can see I'm emphasizing on the X value. On the X value. On the X value. So it means that you will go back to your data. Go back to your data, column X. Go back to your data, column X, selecting the highest and the lowest. So this column X, let's select the highest. This column X, the very highest. All these points are 12 points. 34, blah, 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 39, 40. So I can see 48 is the highest, isn't it? So once you have picked 48 as the highest, you take it with a corresponding Y value without caring whether this is highest, lowest, or middle figure. No. If you've picked 48 is your highest X value, you take it with a corresponding Y. It's a point. It's a point. So it's 48 and the 600 what here? 80. So we are saying here that our H is 48. Is it 48 and 680? That is X, that is Y, like that. And then the lowest. How about the very lowest? So the very lowest, ladies and gentlemen, that we have here, if you look at this very keenly, the very lowest that we have here is 26. But there are two of them. Fortunately, both of them are 26 to 500, isn't it? So there are two of them. You take either 26 to 500. Take either, and I'll be able to come back to something. You take either. For now, let's just leave it like that. So we have here 26 with what here? 500, like that. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please, let's get ahead and give our examiner our equation, which is y equals a plus bx. Remember, this time around, we are not using regression. This time around, we are using high-low method, which is a simplified method. So to get b, which is the gradient using this approach, gradient is change in y over change in who? Change in y over change in x. So change means you're subtracting. Yeah, bigger number minus smaller number. So change in y, it will be 680 minus 500, isn't it? All over change in x, bigger minus smaller. Yeah. Or basically start high minus low. Talk over high minus low. High minus low. That's better. So in x, the high is 48. The high is 48. And the low is what here, somebody? 26. So then are you able to give me the numerator number? 180. Numerator number is 180. Online ninjas, are we still together? They're giving me 100. Thank you so much, Jay. I can see your question. I'm going to address it in a few minutes. So 48 minus 26. 22, eh? So 180 divided by 22 will end up giving me what figure? 8.18. So we have here 8.18. Thank you so much. 8.18 cancel. Yeah, like that. And therefore, our equation, which is y equals a plus bx, our y will be equal to a which is what here? No, we haven't yet gotten a, sorry. We haven't yet gotten a. So now let's get a. So how do we get this a? It's quite easy. How do we get our a? How do we get our a? So we use, ladies and gentlemen, so in this case here, we use this equation and any of the points to get a. Use this equation and any of the points. You can choose in this case here the high or what here, somebody? The low. Use any point. So in this case here, use high point. Use a high point to get a. To get a. To get a. Now please listen. Already we know the general form. Y equals a plus what here? Bx. So please help me substitute. So do we know the y for high? You see it's 680, isn't it? So you come and substitute here. So you tell us right away here, it is what here? It is 680. 680 equals a that we don't know, plus a we don't know, but b we know. We know b is 8 point what here? I'm substituting here. 8.18. Yeah, x. And x we know. X for the high we know. X for the high we know. It is 40 what here, somebody? It's 48. So basically use any point. Like in this case, I've decided to use the high point to get a, and we have our equation there. So y 680 equals a plus b that we know, which is 8.18 times 48. So then are you able to give us the value of a? Are you able to give us the value of a? So then a, if I take this to the other side, it will be 680 minus 8.18 times 48, which then at the end of the day will end up giving me what figure? 680 minus 8.18 times 48, which will end up giving me what figure? They're giving me a figure here, these ninjas. 287.36. 287.36. And once then you get this, you should be able to write the final equation. We know that our equation is y equals a plus bx. Our y will be equal to a which is 287.36 plus b which happens to be 8.18 x there. And I know at this juncture, if somebody tells you to identify the fixed cost, variable cost, you'll be able to do that very comfortably. Very comfortably. Is that okay? You know fixed cost is the constant number. Variable cost will be 8.18. Of course, the two methods are not giving us the same answers. They're not giving us the same equations. But which model, whose equation will trust more? I will trust in this case here regression, because regression is looking at considering all the points. This is leaving out all the 10 points. Now, somebody has asked a very, very important question, and I would want to answer that question in a very elaborate way. So, if, for example, from the student's question, if, for example, we have here xy. So we have here 10, 18, 24, yeah, and maybe 12. All right. Now let me make this 18. So here we have 6, 8, 9, 3, like that. And then you're told in this case here to come up with a high-low equation. a high-low equation. You're told to come up with a high-low equation. So this is 18, a high-low equation. So you see, first, you must come and give us the highest point. Is that okay? So highest point. So is there somebody who can identify this highest point for us? From the table I've given you. 18 and 24 and 9. This is very easy. 24 and 9. Sorry for that. This is very easy. 24 and 9. This is very easy. Please allow me to add something here, because I mean, if I leave it like this, I'll not be answering the question that the brother is asking me there. Yeah, allow me to have this 12 with a 5. 12 with a 5. For you to be able to give me the lowest. Lowest. Abracadabra. So the lowest will be? Thank you so much. How about the online students? I'm not able to see you answering me the question as to the lowest. The question as to the lowest. Is it 12 with 5 or 12 with 3? So you see now we have got two 12s, isn't it? We have got two 12s. Somebody, yes, will go for the average, which is wrong. Yeah. So here, when there is a tie, that is the only time we shall be able to look at the other side. You see, we have 12 with a 3 and 12 with a 4. So which one is the lowest of the lowest? It will be 12 with a 3. It will be 12 with a 3. It will be 12 with a 3. 12 with a 3 there. 12 with a 3. So then go ahead and give me the high-low equation. So to get this high-low equation, give me the value of B. How do we get this B? It is change in Y over change in X. Change in Y all over change in X. So change in Y is 9 minus 3. All over change in X, it will be 24 minus 12. So this will be 6 over 12, which gives me 0. What here, somebody? 5. So once you get this 0.5, are you able to get the value of A? Please give me the value of A. This is so important for you. This is so important for you. I used to be an examiner sometimes back. I'm no longer an examiner. Yeah, what I know, there are those areas that must always be tested. Cost estimation is one such area that must always be tested, that must always be tested. It's such one area that must always be tested. That must always be tested. Minus 3. Minus 3. I'm being given a figure of minus 3. A ninja has been able to get a figure here. A ninja has been able to get a figure here. Thank you, Kithinji. Thank you, Alan Omondi. Great. Great. So I want, in this case here, somebody online to give me the value of A if you're using high-low method. If you're using high-low method, what will be the value of A? If you're using the high-low method, what will be the value of A? Already you have it. -3. Online, no one has given me an answer. No one has given me a suggested answer online. Nobody. I'll not be able to buy them lunch. I want to buy them lunch. Or am I the one who's not checking? No, they haven't yet given me. One of them, at least one, has to give me an answer for me to feel nice, for me to get that feedback that for sure everybody is following. -3, thank you, Pauline. Thank you, Akoyo. What they have known, these great ninjas, is that, ladies and gentlemen, remember we have here Y equals A plus BX. And then you use only 1 point to get A. To get A, use 1 point. Use the high one. So the high one, we have 24 versus what here now? 9. So we know in this case here, 24 is X. X is 24. And then Y is 9. And then now we know the value of B. We know B is 0.5. So now you substitute all this here. There. So Y is 9 equals A that we don't know plus B, which is 0.5 times X. X, which happens to be what here? 24. So then this will be 9 equals A plus 0.5 times 24, which gives me 12. Therefore, A will be 9 minus 12. 9 minus 12, which gives me minus who? Minus 3. Now, that was quite easy. Let me give you something that will trouble you. This one we can even bet. Is there somebody who likes betting? Is there anybody who likes betting? This one we can bet. So we are given just 3 points, x, y, only 3 points. We have 10, 11. Yeah. No, let me make them. Let me make them, eh? Let me make them, eh? Yeah. Let me make them, 4 of them. Yeah. So we have here 8, 9, 3, 4. So now I want you to do from the very beginning and give me the high-low equation. Give me the high-low equation. Give me the high-low equation from the very beginning. I'm giving you exactly 3 minutes. Give me the high-low equation. If you look at your past papers, the examiners used these small tricks to put you down. The examiners used these small tricks to put you down. So what I expect to hear from you, first, it will be the value of boy. The value of boy. So first, it will be the value of boy. All right, let me see what they got for their B. I can see 18 ninjas got B, and they even got the equation. They even got the equation. Were you guys able to get that negative 46 and 5x? Great. So is there anybody who wants Mwalimu to do this, or is everybody comfortable? Anybody who wants Mwalimu to do it? Or is everybody comfortable? Or is everybody comfortable? Let me just do it for the sake. So then we have the highest point. So the highest point, of course, I can see it is X value. Remember, we measured them using X value. So there are two of them. So I have 11 with a 9 and 11 with a 3, isn't it? So then highest will be 11 with what here, somebody? With a 9. That's the highest. Lowest, I can see lowest for X is 10 with a 8, 10 with a 4. So I'll pick this 10 with a 4 to be my lowest, like that. So I have highest is 11 with a 9. Then I have lowest is a 10 with a 4, like that. So then, ladies and gentlemen, change in what here, somebody to get B. Change in Y over change in X. So B will be changed. This is X, this is Y. So it will be 9 minus 4 over 11 minus what here? 10, which is 5 over what here, somebody? Which gives us 5, isn't it? And then now, how will I be able to get my A? How will I be able to get my A? So to get my A, this is what I will do. This is what I will do. Actually, somebody knows. There are people will tell you, if Y equals A plus BX, then what will be the value of A? A, if you make A the subject, it will be Y minus who? Because if you take this to the other side. So then we have the value of Y. You pick one, eh? Yeah, you pick one. You can even pick the lowest. So from the lowest, we can see here that Y is 4, isn't it? Minus B, which is 5, times X here, which is what here, 10? 10. Which will be the same as 4 minus what here, somebody? That's how you were able to get minus what here? Minus 46, like that. So this is our very first class with these ninjas here. So I should not teach like there is no tomorrow, right? Yeah. So then we shall be able to end there. So tomorrow, this is a permanent class, by the way, for also the online class. This class happens on Thursdays and when? Fridays. At what time? At 11? Exactly at 11. Today I had a challenge of this system. I wanted to use another system, but a challenge. So tomorrow, ensure that you join in at 11. I'll be able to give you a link, which we'll be using to join at exactly 11. 11 exactly. All right. Otherwise, it has been a pleasure hosting all of you. See you tomorrow at exactly 11. Thank you so much. And we'll be able to get the recording for this. Bye. Yeah, homework to do. Mwalimu, when are we doing? Sorry. Great questions. That is really good. Homework to do. If you were in my last class, homework to do. This is quite preliminary. We may not be able to have so many questions of this nature, but in my subsequent session, ladies and gentlemen, like tomorrow's session, you'll have 3 questions to be doing. This really is raising up something that is really important because, you know, this duration is so reduced, 3 months. And for us to be able to pass effectively, then we have to fight this war, the two of us. There are those questions I'll be doing here. Other questions, you do them on your own. It's very, very important. We are in this war, the two of us. If you look at my last semester's advanced management accounting class, and people were able to tell me there yesterday, if you remember, I got this 99.9%. And this is really what I normally get. In all my papers that I teach, be it AFM, AMA, like that. Even my MA, for example, I teach physical classes mostly, physical classes. But now this semester I'll be giving you a link to my physical classes as well. All right. So if you look at those classes, ladies and gentlemen, we post this. Of course, we cannot post 100% because some of us are very, very busy at our workplaces. They are not able to create time to study. But otherwise, we have that potential of passing all of us. There's another question that I saw somebody asking. Another question I've seen somebody asking. Is it when will we do this? Yeah. When are we doing this multiple regression? JJ, in our tomorrow's class, actually, you can even write now down there, the topic should be multiple regression. Multiple regression. Now we are through with simple regression. So in our tomorrow's class, it will be multiple regression. Yeah, I will be able to post it. Yes. Thank you so much. Then good afternoon.